So here we are with the Badger Mountain expedition. It's a tough go, but Laura, Sir Gillahead Peter, and Scoutmaster Becky are making their way up the ravine. Here comes a local native, and we'll see how the expedition does. As you see, the terrain is very rough. It's like being on Mars. There's not a scant person here to guide them to any watering hole and nourishment. It's gonna take God's will and perseverance to get them to the summit of the Badger Mountain. And I just say, oh, what was that? Snakes. You can see them making their way across the flat butte plain, which is the last reach of the harder climb for the expedition, and that's a good wave of positivity, but their spirits potentially could be broken at the top of this reach. I've documented very many climbing expeditions, namely Fremont Peak with the Seaburns tribe, but I think this one's a tricky one due to the fact it's deceivingly simple looking. Yeah, the climbing tribe is scouting the landscape. The air is thin up here, but they're seasoned veterans.
We got a storm blowing in. If we're gonna go for the summit, it's gotta be now!
As we heard from the cheered scout Peter Jones III, he's willing our will. We're somewhat defeated on this. When you look around and see mankind's progress, it makes you stop and ponder why we're doing this.
I got a fever! The only cure's the summit! Let's move!
Where's the summit?
Nobody's been there but the first.
Good, I hope I get reception in my cape.
I gotta do it all the VHS I got. Study them into something that's entertaining.
It seems that Scoutmaster Peter William Jones III has dropped off the party, probably to search for nourishment for the expedition. The ladies will continue on.
Birdie?
Oh, I think he found some nourishment. Watch out for that rattler pit. Our resources are scarce. We didn't bring anything except our will, our gumption, and our Heidi spirit. Miss Laura is pointing at something.
The poop-eating butterflies.
Mr. Jones, there's some nourishment. Right now, we're looking at the old Waiute trail to the summit. It was more direct than what we seem to be doing here. It was more direct and quicker time, but high risk, low gain, if you prevail. Sir Peter William Jones, Scoutmaster, has nourished the tribe, and they push on with weary leg, elevated gumption and spirit. Godspeed, we can summit before nightfall and set up camp at the summit of Badger Mountain. Gadzooks, we've made progress. Gadzooks. Here we see some of the ancient cliff dwellings of Badger Mountain, like the Pueblo Indians down in New Mexico. They carved these homes and made their dwellings here. I thought I heard a snake. Must leave. Dwellings. We have reached Base Camp Templeton, where we see Scoutmaster pointing a more indirect way of summiting. This is where the party will rest and hydrate and pick each other up and dust off their boots and start going the way from which expedition leader Seabrance Jones is willing us. There seems to be a disagreement on something, but they will come to a conclusion as team.
I'm just trying to figure where it comes from over there.
It comes from there. Well, being the first people at the top of Badger Mountain Peak, and nary another human element has touched this unscathed land. It's quite the jubilation of the party. Yeah, they may not show it or express it. But, there's another tribe of explorers. I think they've discovered the path of how to summit Badger Mountain. And looking at this beautiful land where nary anybody was here before, looking down at the civilization that had always looked up at this Badger Mountain, wanting to conquer it and climb, and us being the first, and of course the others being the second. It's quite a triumphant day for Badger Mountain being tamed and controlled by mankind and womankind as well. Earlier I said the triumph of mankind and womankind. I, of course, failed to mention the butterfly kind of triumph. Oh, and I also forgot to mention the triumph of bee kind. They've summited as well. And yet I failed to mention the triumph of snake kind. I don't see any. They're probably out here somewhere, but yeah, snake kind as well. We're approaching the monolith that for some reason has happened on the top, and we're approaching it in wonder and awe at the power of such interesting design. I never expected our expedition to run into such a foreign, interesting structure. Must be an old religion like the heads on Easter Island, or pyramids in the sands of the Mojave Desert. Interesting. It must approach with caution. Here we have a cable line. I'm starting to put pieces together that I'm wondering if that is if Scout Peter William Jones III, if that is his cable hookup to this beast. Yet again, here's another one that I'm assuming that a kitty cat has made it up here as well. So, of mankind, womankind, bee kind, butterfly kind, snake kind. Well, we add in cat kind, kitty kind. Well, if you throw in the cat kind, you might as well throw in the dog kind. So we've got both representation of the domesticated animal has probably summited here at Badger Mountain. It is pure insanity on the edge of the plumage of redemption and will and forthcoming. But our expedition is approaching the bicycle tribe, the biped. I guess it wouldn't be ped. It's two-wheeled tribe that has roamed these areas, and here we have one. And our expedition is just going to... You don't want to look them in the eyes. They're like the wolf men of the Persian plain. Don't make any eye contact. I should shut the camera off so they don't attack me with their wheels. Well, the only one we have left of the tribe, of the summiting tribe, is Sir Peter William Jones. The other ladies seem to have taken off with, I think, the bicycle tribe, or they got eaten by the wild cougar that roams Badger Mountain.
They deserve it. They got to the top before I did.
That's true. Very true. Competitive spirit runs in Mr. Jones's, in his blood. Or they could have been attacked by something like a badger, seeing as this is Badger Mountain. Here comes the tribe with Lady Scoutmaster Becky and Laura Siemens Jones and Sir Peter William Jones. It's not true. We were there first. The tribe is now making its way down this treacherous sandy path. As you can see, their boots are at strap's end, and makemanship of the Koreans have made not fine shoes, but it's what keeps them going. Going. The skies are blue and the sun's peeking out, and we have... The tribe is joyous, as you can tell, that they made it back. And any words from the experience of being at the summit of Badger Mountain? Miss Jones, any inspirational thoughts on your trek?
Just do it.
Ah, yes, just do it. Very good. That's catchy. Sir Peter?
Yeah, I wanted to be the first one up. I said I could be, but she touched the top before I did, so I'm still mad.
Girl power. Way to go.
I want to hike Cougar Mountain next.
Hiker humor. And you, Miss Laura Siemens Jones?
Nope. Got
What?
nothing to say.
Oh, then don't say anything. Okay. Till we meet again, you mountain.